Welcome to Bleacher Talk, a show for the fans hoping for a championship. I'm your host, Emma Gerges. Today I'm joined by Chicago Bears DB Terell Smith. T, it's nice to have you here.
Nice being here.
So we're going to dive a little bit into your past, present, future with football, just
Okay.
because a lot of people are interested in knowing how you ended up playing in the league. What was the key in building a passion for football?
I would say just growing up playing in the neighborhood. Um, we was always outside playing, so I feel like the passion started early on and then just kept growing.
How did track and field help you prepare to playing college football?
I feel like track and football growing up, it was good for recruiting wise, just because they like to look at numbers and things like that. But I feel like in terms of actual football, it really wasn't no correlation.
Was there a moment that helped define the fact that you wanted to play football throughout your career?
Probably like after my sophomore year when I got my first offer, and then I was like, oh, I could play football at the next level, and then that really sparked it for me.
So, while you're in that process of trying to decide where you want to attend school, you did have a lot of D1 offers.
hmm
What was the pressure like as a senior and trying to decide this is for sure where I want to go?
Well, I committed here my junior year before I even came up here or seen it or anything. So I was really just trusting what Coach Fleck was talking about and just the whole program and everything. And going into my senior year, I felt confident going into my senior year because I was already committed, I already knew where I wanted to be. So it wasn't really no pressure in terms of that aspect.
I saw a tweet back where Notre Dame had misspelled your name
Yeah.
after you'd already committed to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Do these sorts of things stick with you when you are deciding between a school?
Um, I would say so, because that was like a whole big thing, because Notre Dame was applying pressure really late in the recruiting process, and um, I feel like they were kind of nervous about it or something, but I wasn't really entertaining them that much. But yeah, them like misspelling my name in the graphic kind of like really sealed the deal. Like, yeah, I'm not coming here.
After starting your freshman year, you got bumped down a little bit when
Mhm.
Michigan transfer Benjamin St. Juste, who's now on the Chargers,
Mhm.
ended up playing here. But you still stuck it out at Minnesota, and people were scared that you were going to transfer. Why did you end up staying here?
Really just the relationships that I built here, just my teammates, roommates, everybody that I was close with, all my friends, and then just the whole aspect of having to start over at a whole new program just wasn't something that I was like willing to do.
What is so hard about the unknown of the transfer portal?
When you hit the portal, you really don't know who's gonna like come after you. Like some players hit the portal and that's that, like they're done playing football. So I would say the unknown is just like if another like team isn't already reaching out to you, you're kind of just hitting the portal with like hopes of somebody reaching out. So I would just say like the unknown of like getting recruited again would be the biggest part.
You've experienced people storming the field here in 2019 with Penn State and 2021 with Wisconsin.
hmm
What is that like being on the field, seeing all the energy and the excitement of the fans?
I say that's the best part, really, like when you playing a rival or a team that is supposed to beat you on paper, and then you end up coming out on top, and everyone's just storming the field. And it's just a good experience, I would say.
So, regarding your first season with the Chicago Bears,
hmm
were you nervous and did you feel like you were pushing yourself harder than normal?
Yeah, for sure. I remember rookie mini camp, I was like super nervous just being out there. Not just like for me, I would say so, because I knew like the skill and talent wise that I had, but it was more so just like being around a whole new coaching staff and a whole new like state and everything. I would say just had nerves just like performing in front of everyone, but after like the first couple weeks, it just calmed down and it's just back to playing football.
Were there any games that stuck with you out of that first year?
I would say Washington when we played them at Washington Thursday night football. That was like my second start, and it was like a prime time start. So I would say that game, and they threw the ball like 60 times. They just kept running hurry up offense. So I was like just out there gassed, just trying to get through it. But yeah, I would say that game.
You've already played some games against your former teammates. What's it like playing on opposite ends versus the same team?
Uh, I would say it's just pretty cool, just like because we all started here and we all had to prove ourselves here to get to the next level. And then you see like your teammates and roommates like performing and succeeding at the next level. I would just say that's cool. And then also just like the jersey swap, you could swap jerseys with them, write a little message on the back of the jersey. So I would say it's lit like doing that. That's cool.
How do rivalries in the NFL compare to college?
It's rivalries on both levels, but I'll say college definitely hits more in terms of because like it's like tradition and like build up to the game. Where as in the league, it's just like it's a Sunday game. Like obviously it's like a rivalry. Like for us with Green Bay, like we really want to win. We want to beat Green Bay. We want to beat the Vikings. We want to beat the Lions. But I feel like even playing here, like playing Iowa or playing like Wisconsin, just like means more here. I feel like.
You've had to cover guys like Justin Jefferson, who is arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league right now.
hmm
What's your mindset going into a game like that where you have to line up against him?
Really just study throughout the whole week. Watch a ton of film. Learn what he does. Learn what route concepts like the team really likes to do based on certain formations. So I would say just like going into the week, you just got to be locked in. You got to know formations. You got to know the adjustments in the scheme of what we're looking to do that week, and then just put your best foot forward to go out there and stop them.
Do you feel pressure or pride going into games like those?
I would say more so pride because you're going out there, you get to compete against one of the best. Obviously, everyone's competitive. Everybody wants to be the best. So when you're playing against like the best receiver in the game, you want to show out and want to show everybody what you could do.
You've already had some really big plays within your first couple seasons in the league. In those moments, do you feel a sense of excitement or do you just automatically go into the next play?
Um, During the game, it's definitely just next play. Uh, I would say after the game, when you could reflect on what you did, it's like some excitement. When you're watching film the next day, it's definitely some excitement, especially if you win. But like if you lose, it's just like, oh, we lost, so like it really don't matter. But I would say, yeah, it definitely feels good when you make big plays on Sunday.
Are there any games that you're already looking forward to this season that stick out?
Um, I would definitely say all our divisional games because we play in a tough division. Probably one of like probably the best division in the league. I would say so. So really all the division games because we definitely got to win those.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you.
Appreciate you.
We're excited to see how you do this next season.
Thank you.